Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I hope you guys are rocking out whatever goals, dreams, ambitions, plans that you guys have. I hope you had a great weekend and we are, I guess, in the full swing of things here in the week. Quick update before we get started. doTERRA this month is giving away free $50 worth of product points when you enroll with 150 PV order or more. So if you're interested in free stuff, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking on that. I am in the finishing touches of my weight loss course that I'm putting together for beginners. If this is something that interests you or you know of someone that is interested, definitely drop me a comment. We'll get you some early bird access. There's tons of cool stuff that goes along with that. Let's jump right in. What I wanted to talk a little bit today about was ways to feel comfortable in your body, sort of things you need to do kind of at this current moment to help you feel more comfortable in your body. In this day and age, definitely with social media, TV, movies, all sorts of things, we can feel very overwhelmed, stressed, shamed, right, if you will, at almost every turn with regards to the way that you're supposed to look in your body, and if you don't, the way that you feel in your body. And there's a whole bunch of marketing messages out there that are strictly for profit, that are trying to put you down and make you seem like you're not the best version of yourself, the most awesome person in the world. And it can be very stressful at times, and it can lead to a lot of overwhelm. And a lot of times it leads to people, becoming introverts, staying inside, not really wanting to deal with life, because there's a lot of body shaming, bullying, all that stuff is a real thing nowadays, and we need to take care of it. But there is things that we can do right now to feel more comfortable with ourselves. And that's where I want to come in, give you a couple tips that help me. Hopefully they help you, and hopefully you get some value out of it. Let's get right in. Tip number one is to be grateful for what you have. What I read more than anything is that you can't have anything in life until you're grateful for what you have. Another one of those things that goes along with those lines is if you don't love yourself, how are you supposed to love anyone else? There's just no way. So also too, one of the things that I heard more than anything is if your worst day is somebody's dream day, right? So you're always going to be more hard on yourself than anybody else. You're always going to be your own worst critic, and you're always going to think in terms of worst case scenario. I know for me personally, I'm way I'm the end of the spectrum type person, right? So I'm either way over on this side or way over on this side. I don't really have too much of an in-between. And that's a struggle for me too, right? That's something that I need to work on, that I'm in the process of working on. And it's not always, rainbows and sunshines. A lot of times there is trials, tribulations, and there's, anything that you see nowadays, right? Comparatitis is a huge thing. We want to look like a certain person, or we want to be fit like a certain person, or we can't understand why, we did what we're supposed to do, but we still not losing weight. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with it. And stress is a huge factor into, gaining weight, not really eating healthy, throwing off your sleep patterns, right? Stuff like that. So be grateful with what you have, whether or not you like it. You have to be grateful you have to be grateful for what you have in order to get something else, right? So, even if you're looking at your belly or your arms or your legs or your thighs, right? And they're a little bit there's a little bit more meat to them than you would like, right? So you're grateful for the fact that you are being told about that, and you have the ability to change it, right? There's a lot of people out there that don't have the ability. They don't have the ability to change, right? They are a certain way, and whether it's through physical deformation or mental deformation, right? Or illness, right? There is people that physically are not able to change the way that they are in life. So that's where those people will be super jealous of you, because you have the ability to change your circumstances, right? You're not a tree. You can move if you don't like the way that you are, or the way that you look, the way that you be. One of the things that I read more than anything was, in order to have something, you must become something, right? So in order to have that, nice, slick physique that you would like, to be able to fit into all those clothes that you would like, you definitely need to become the person that is that person, right? You need to become a lesser version of yourself in terms of the body, right? There needs to be less of you in order to fit into those clothes that you like. So be grateful for what you have, and being grateful is definitely gonna be a huge step in you being happier with yourself, being uncovering better circumstances to live your life in a way that aligns with your personal values, right? So grateful, be grateful. That's the very first tip, and that's it. If you don't get anything else out of this video or production that I made, definitely being grateful for what you have is the one thing that I want you to take away from this. Number 2, accept compliments. I like this one because this is really hard for a lot of people, right? When we don't think that we look a certain way, or we aren't acting a certain way, or we think that we should be a certain way, or we should do a certain thing, or we should have something, right? It can be hard to accept compliments. It can be hard for you to think that someone else is actually being genuine in giving you a compliment. It can be hard for you to think that they actually even know what they're talking about. Like, oh, you look great in that dress. Like, what's wrong with you, kid? Like, there's something wrong in your head up there. I don't look good. I know I don't look good. And that's the message that you keep telling yourself, right? So then, therefore, when somebody does give you a compliment and you actually do look good, your glasses are so fogged up that you can't even tell because they are actually being genuine, and they want to see you feel good about yourself. They want to actually give you a compliment in telling you that you look good. You have done something today that you should be proud of, right? So that's really what people are trying to do with a compliment. And this it's huge, right? You meet so many people that actually, there was one story that I heard one time, and this actually really brings my point to the hammer on the head, right? So there was 2 people that got this, some award, I don't know, but you're the best person in the world award, we'll call it. So the one person got this award, and it was like, yeah, all right, I got this award, I'm rocking on, I'm the best, yeah, all right. And then the second person that got the exact same award was, they were all like, well, I mean, it's nice to be recognized, but it's really my team effort, and I didn't really do much, and I wouldn't be much without them, and all this other stuff that goes along as to why they shouldn't have won that award. But you won the award. That person, they won the award, right? So they should feel confident. They should accept the compliment, but they've been so trained to not really understand when people are being genuine and when people are trying to be a compliment. They've drilled in their head so much that they are not good, they are not perfect, there's still more to be done. So even when somebody tries to give them something good, i.e. an award or a compliment or even just a pat on the back, they can't take it because they have not trained their mind to be able to take it. They have trained their mind to think that they are not good enough, they're never good enough, they're never going to be good enough, and there's not anything they can do that would make up for the lost time, if you will, right? So that's where we need to really be focused on accepting people's words for what they are, right? A lot of the times they're not going to be, sometimes you don't get compliments, so don't accept them, right? But if you're just trying to think of what they're actually meaning when they say something, then it's going to be that's going to just drive yourself crazy, and you're never really going to be able to grow as a person because you're always trying to look for the words behind the words. Accept the compliment. Understand that people are being genuine when they're trying to be genuine, and you're awesome. My next tip is to diversify your social media. I like this one, and what I mean by diversifying is to have a bunch of people of different body physiques that you follow, that you're interested in, that you see on your feed every day, right? It can be very easy to have a whole bunch of pictures of people that are these stick figures that are super good looking, super perfect looking, right? And it can be very hard for you to try and be sane in that type of environment, right? If you're just looking at these, if you're super overweight and you're looking at these pictures that are of these people that are just, supermodels and little stick figures, and all these people that hot dog eating contest people are the best because they're super thin, but they eat like 100 hot dogs in a sitting, right? If you and me ate 100 hot dogs in a sitting, I don't think I'm getting up for the rest of the week. Never mind entering a contest. But that's what I mean. Follow different types of people because you're going to see different types of stuff on your social media. You don't want to always be seeing these super thin people because that will lead to discourage and overwhelm. You also don't want to be seeing all sorts of overweight people because that can also lead you to think that you're kind of doing something right when there is a lot of times there's something you should be doing differently or you could be doing differently, but you're not even thinking about it because of all of the pictures of the people that are super overweight that are being portrayed to you, and you think that you're on the right track. Being healthy doesn't necessarily mean being skinny, and being skinny doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy. So just understand that. Understand that there is a difference between being healthy and being skinny. There's also a difference between being healthy and being overweight and obese. So understand that. Have a few different types of people. This is also another story that I heard was if you're part of a group of people that are, fitness junkies, we'll call it, and you all of a sudden go out and gain a whole bunch of weight, and all of your people on your social media are still these stick figures that are, super buffed up now and still doing the weights and the running and the exercising and all that stuff, and you're not, it's going to make you feel very overwhelmed, very discouraged, like you're not that good of a person, like you need to change a whole lot, and you need to understand that you're awesome. You can do it. You can be and do whatever you want to do. You just need to have the right motivation. So find your motivation and diversify your social media. Don't always make it these super stick figures. Don't always make it these super obese people. Have a little bit of difference in between. My next one is to practice positive self-talk. I like this one. One of the things that I read more than anything about this one is if you think in positive terms, you will get positive results. And if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. So that's a huge deal right there. Think positive, always thinking positive. And another way to think is think as if you're already accomplished it, right? You are already living the life that you want to be. Think in terms of, I am living in the perfect body. My body type is the perfect for me, right? My body shape is the best that it is ever going to be in my life, right? Think of it as in terms of already had, like you can't fail, like you are already living that person. When you think in terms of, I want to lose weight, or I want to be healthy, or I'm going to, right? This can lead to things going on in your life that will always lead you to wanting to lose more weight, right? So I want to lose 10 pounds. You will always come up in scenarios in your life where you need to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. You're always going to come up with situations in your life where you need to lose that 10 pounds, right? I want to be healthy. There's always going to be situations in life where unhealthiness is very prevalent in your life because that's what you're thinking about, right? Your life becomes what you think about most often. So if you're always thinking of, I need to lose weight, or I want to lose weight, or I need weight to lose, and then you're always going to have weight to lose. If you think in terms of, I have lost the weight, I am in the perfect body, my body is the perfect for, the type, the structure that I have, everything in my life is exactly in the perfect moment where it needs to be, and I am in the exact moment in my life where I need to be. That's where you need to start thinking. I just need to start thinking in terms of positivity. My life rocks. I am awesome. People are jealous of me. I can do anything that I want, right? See, these are what's called affirmations, and we need to make these a daily part of our life. If you don't have any daily affirmations, then your mind is automatically going to go to confusion and overwhelm. And that's where a lot of us stay stuck, because we're not thinking differently, right? Albert Einstein defined the insanity as doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So if we're always going, I need to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I am not happy in my body, and we keep saying that to ourselves, but expecting different results, right? What are we going to get? We're going to get more of the same thing, because we're not actually doing anything. We're thinking about doing stuff, right? Where that's the first step, but the second step is action, and you need to be doing something. But if you think in terms of it's already happened, then that just gives you that much more of a stepping stool in order to accomplish your goals. Number 5. All right, so what? Number 1 is be grateful. Number 2 is accept compliments. Number 3, diversify your social media. Number 4, practice positive self-talk. And number 5, consider your clothing, right? A lot of times we have the tendency to buy something that is a size too small, because we think that we are going to get the motivation to fit into that. And that's actually a really great thing to think about, but it doesn't always work, right? And you, more often than not, if things aren't happening as quickly as you would like, and you still go to get in those clothes and they're still too tight, and you're like, all right, I'm totally gonna fit into them, and this is my goal, and I'm gonna buy clothes too small because I need to get smaller anyways, and blah 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 blah, right? All the stuff that we would tell ourselves. Sometimes we need to actually just buy clothes that fit, right? Or maybe buy clothes that are a little bit too big, so that you have a little bit of wiggle room, right? One of the things that I heard more one of the things that I was reading about was we go through different phases in our life, right? So sometimes we have phases where we're skinny, sometimes we have phases when we're big. So we need to have clothes to match those phases in our life, right? We can't always have super skinny clothes. We can't always have super fat clothes. So, and I went through this huge. I go through this really all the time, because I go through phases where I want to change my look completely, but then I realize that it's not always plausible, and sometimes I need different clothes. And then when I need those different clothes, I don't have them, so I have to go out and buy them when I just went and donated all of my clothes, right? So this is, I really like this one, because we should have clothes to fit our life, the moments, right? The seasons that we're going through in our life. We're not always going to be the same size forever. So we need to have clothes that really help that, right? They adjust to those periods of when we are more or less of ourselves in terms of body size, right? And then every once in a while, you should probably buy clothes that are a little bit too big, right? I heard black clothing is something that makes you look thinner, right? Also too, with the stripes. This ones are boxes, but you want to have the lines going up and down. They make you look tall and thin. Lines across make you look short and fat. So just little things that you can do with your clothing to sort of accentuate yourself, to make you feel better about yourself, to make you want to keep going in your health and wellness journey, right? This is a huge journey that you're going to have to go through, and why not help yourself any step of the way that you can. My last tip, more than anything, I love this one, is essential oils. I love using essential oils for everything, and this is no different. An essential oil that's perfect for this point that I'm trying to get across is bergamot. Bergamot is super awesome. I love it. But it's also the oil of self-love, right? So whenever you are looking, whenever you're going through something like this, you need to be very, patient with yourself. You need to give yourself a little bit of a break, and you need to show some self-love to yourself every once in a while. So I love bergamot. It's a calming and relaxing, yet uplifting and invigorating smell. I love it. There's so much going on in that one all at once. And it's known as the oil of self-love. So there you go. My next oil is cinnamon. Cinnamon is actually great for boosting the metabolism, helping it's sort of your insides. I think it's great for helping gut health too, right? Stuff like that. But I like it because it smells like Christmas. And I like the smell of Christmas. What can I say? So cinnamon is actually going to be a great oil for if you need to, like if you're anything like me and you like the smell of Christmas, that's why I put that one in there. It's going to make you happier automatically, right? So what we're trying to do with the oils is we're trying to make things that will make us happy. We're trying to use oils that will make us happy, that we can go to, right? And cinnamon is definitely a go-to for me. I love the way it smells. My next oil that I have is actually a blend of oils. It's called Adaptive. And this one is a blend of oils from doTERRA. This is one of the things that I love about doTERRA is you can tell basically what their blends are used for by their names. So this one's Adaptive, right? Feeling comfortable in our body, having to adapt to different situations, having to, go outside and deal with life in general. A lot of times can be very super overwhelming. So when we need to adapt, when we need to sort of calm down, relax our mind, and take things in stride, I love that blend right there. That's all I got for you for today. 5 things you need to do right now to feel comfortable in your body. Be grateful for yourself. Accept compliments. Diversify your social media. Oh my goodness, do this. Definitely do this. Practice positive self-talk, also known as positive affirmations. Consider your clothing. You want to get clothes that fit. Don't buy clothes that are too tight always. Don't buy clothes that are too loose always. And then 6, bonus tip, essential oils. I love them. Try them out. I promise you won't be disappointed. That's all I got for you for today. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or how to get free money from doTERRA this month, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.